Hello, everybody, and welcome into B&T Sports Talk Show. I'm your boy T. Next to me is none other than the man B. We are here to discuss NFL Week 1 football. It is back, folks. After a long summer waiting, or maybe a whole year waiting, we're finally back into the thick of things in the NFL regular season. And first, before we go any further, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like what you're listening to, hit the notification button. We really appreciate it. We're just two regular 9-to-5 Joes getting together talking crap. We really appreciate when people could get into the chat as well. Let us know how you feel about some of the topics we discuss. We engage with everybody, so don't be shy. Go ahead and say whatever it is you want to say. B, how you feeling, man?
Good, man. I'm tired. Watching football on my couch all day be pretty exhausting, but it sure was today, man.
I feel you.
It was just happy to see football all day on the television from 9:30 when we woke up and put on pregame to now with the Sunday night game ending our night. Plus, we still get Monday Night Football tomorrow, so can't really beat that, man. I hope you're doing good as well. Oh, great. Puka Nacua is questionable to return for the rest of the game. Good thing I won my matchup already.
There you go. As players start falling like flies, and all of us fantasy folks start having miniature heart attacks. That's how you know. That's how you know the season is back. Oh man. Well, let's jump into it. I've got the same boat with you, B, man. I watched all the games. Got a little malaise the second game. We talked about the first half of that afternoon game. Got a little sleepy, and the games that were on did not help at all. Unfortunately, one of those games was a game I was actually interested to watch, which was the Raiders against the Chargers. And I've been pretty pessimistic about the Raiders. My gripe has been we do not have a franchise quarterback. Not that we're not the only team with this problem, but I just didn't believe in Minshew, and I don't know if he's necessarily the answer. And now after watching this game, I'm starting to feel like maybe Aiden McDonald might have a chance to get back into the fold. The Raiders put up a measly 10 points today. Their defense did a pretty good job for the most part, I would say, throughout the game. They had one missed field goal in there. Gardner Minshew, 25 for 33, 257, one touchdown, one interception. So I guess I can't say he's terrible. He did have that weird fumble where he kind of threw the ball to nobody, and the ball just kind of whiffed off his hand. There was literally no one around him, so it wasn't like he was under pressure, which turned into a turnover. I'm not sure what the hell that was about. The only person that played worse was Justin Herbert. 17 for 26, 144 yards, one touchdown. B, did you get a chance to catch the game?
Oh yeah.
Herbert did do you any favors in our matchup today.
Nah.
What did you think, man? And
the Raiders need a quarterback. The Raiders need a quarterback. I honestly do. They had every opportunity to win that game. Their defense kept them in it for as long as they could.
Yeah.
The offense was just stagnant beyond all belief, man. I mean, there were signs of Zamir White showing up.
Yeah, he looked good.
I think the tight ends, Bowers had a pretty decent game today too, I would say. But dude, another game where we're not really commenting about Davante Adams having any sort of impact on this game here, and that is a problem if you are a Raider fan.
Big problem.
It didn't change from last year, and it obviously first game of the year doesn't really change as well here. You got to get him going. That offense is around him. That is your star receiver. You need to make sure he is fed. It opens up everything else as a part of the game goes. When Zamir White gets going, take a deep shot with Davante Adams. There was just really didn't see much coming from the Raiders offense that was sitting there going, we gotta step it up. We gotta get him the ball. It really wasn't. They were really tight end heavy today.
Yeah.
When it came to spamming the rock here, which is fine. I think they have some really, really good tight ends. I think Bowers is actually going to be a really good pickup for them from the draft there. But other than that, man, it's just they stalled out. They were like an old 1989 Toyota Tacoma truck, six shifter that just stalled after it got going after a while. And it's just, look, one game. I'm not saying you need to hit the panic button now,
Yeah,
but
I don't think so.
you want to at least lift the cover off of the panic button and go, where's the Aiden O'Connell button before we need to hit it here? Because
And
look, I don't. Your next matchup's not easy. It's going against you. Got to go to Baltimore next week against the Ravens, so there's a legitimate chance the Raiders start 0-2 after next weekend.
yeah, man, and we talked about the defense, but here's the problem. You talked about them playing against the Baltimore Ravens next week. They gave up almost 200 yards running the ball. They gave up 135 yards, most of it on big chunk plays to J.K. Dobbins. Obviously, you're playing against Derrick Henry next week. You're going to be playing against Lamar Jackson, who can also run. They're definitely going to have to figure that out. Now, we'll give them credit. They did a good job getting the backfield. Herbert did stay under duress, although he did not look he didn't look great either.
No, but he's coming off the foot injury.
Yeah.
He finally, this was his time for him to get it going. So I'm not shocked that the Chargers ran the ball as much as they did here. I think they will get him going in the passing game as soon as he's starting feeling a little more confident with coming off of that injury. But for now, look, you can afford a game where you're playing against the Raiders. And shockingly, we talked about the Raiders defense with that front four with Wilkins and Max Crosby. Dude, they were running on them boys left and right here. So it made it a little tough for them to really just do anything. And at that point, the defense can only bend so much before it breaks.
That's what happened.
They ended up breaking the end zone. Did you see the little scuffle that ensued?
Yeah. So
towards the end of the game, that was a pretty good fight.
That was a nice little fight.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was on, I think, was it like a 2-point conversion or something? And it was a run play that didn't go anywhere, but then in the end zone, guys are grabbing helmets, guys get thrown to the ground. Then all of a sudden, there's like a good 10 players back there scrumming. And I think it's a frustration moment. I got to be honest with you. I mean, the Raiders come out with a lot of passion. The defense came out ready to play, and it just kind of felt like they had a lot of mistakes. They had a lot of things that they didn't do very well, especially on the offensive end of the ball. And I think they expect more from themselves, but they got to be realistic, man. I mean, they're not, with the talent currently that they have, they're not in a position at this moment to be a over 500 team. They're going to have to be better than this. I mean, they had less than 300 yards total offense. I mean, the Gardner Minshew threw the ball pretty often. It didn't pan out. It wasn't efficient. And so we'll see. I really feel like they're going to give Minshew a good 3 games, maybe 4. And if he continues to play subpar or can't find open targets or does that weird crap he did in this game where he just whiffs the ball, they might end up going back to McConnell from last year.
I think, me, I think O'Connell should have gotten the start. He was with that offense for the majority of last season, going into this season. I get where you're going with Gardner Minshew. You want to get a starter into this game now because you have high expectations as an organization with everything that you've been through. You did have some high expectations for yourself, and did not live up to it at all in this game here. I'm not saying Raider fans should hit the panic button now. It's way too early to do that.
Yeah.
You go 0-2, you may want to be like, hey, when do we pull the plug on this Gardner Minshew? But you got to remember, you just gave this guy money to come play for you. You did the same with Jimmy Garoppolo too. Yeah. So you kind of have to invest in these quarterbacks that you bring into, because if you're gonna bench him, what was the point of bringing him into your organization when you're just gonna move off of him? It's either you ride with him for this season or you're gonna make a change. If you start doing this whole, we're gonna go with one quarterback, we'll go with the next quarterback, we'll go back to this one, you don't get a full rhythm in the offense, man. So hopefully the Raiders do find something. It's got to start with Davante Adams. It's got to start with 17, man. It's got to start with some little West Coast offense. Get him going here. The offense will move around him. If that running game starts getting torn apart, you know what that means. Everyone crashes into the box. You get a lot of one-on-ones with Davante Adams on the corner there. Yeah. You have to start doing that.
And whatever you do, don't look at Derek Carr's stats because you're just going to be mad. I mean, it was
We'll
just
talk about that. We'll talk about that.
it was a
That boy was
very
throwing the
very
rock.
efficient 3 touchdown game from Derek Carr. So again, like I said, I don't believe we really made any strides from when we got rid of Derek Carr, and I don't know that we've drafted anybody that's necessarily the next quarterback up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next game. But to be perfectly honest with you, it's going to be tough sledding. I don't see the Ravens. I don't see the Ravens coming off a close loss like that in Kansas City, and then playing the Raiders and not being up to play. So not saying I'm not saying that the Raiders cannot win. But what I am saying is this opponent will be much more difficult than the ho hum Chargers, who could barely throw the ball and barely put up the 22 points that they had. So. Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough sled, man. But hopefully we see some improvement along the way.
Well, and when you look at it, yes, the Raiders gave up a lot of rushing yards. So the Raiders are going to commit to stopping the run. Let's not forget Lamar didn't have a bad game throwing the ball either.
Yeah.
He's gonna present a little more of a problem, dude. I can't wait for us to really watch this game next weekend, man.
I can wait because it's not gonna be, dude. They're gonna have to be the best offensive team. They're gonna have to be a mile better than they were today in order to get something done against the Ravens. The Ravens defense is also on the top half of the league, and their offense has always been tough to deal with because of Lamar Jackson. So I hope they game plan for it. I hope they're ready. If not, this might be a good old-fashioned beatdown, and I really don't want to see that happen. I really don't.
What else we got?
Now let's run through some stories around the league. We'll start with your boy Cheetah got arrested or something right before the game. What the heck?
Wasn't fast enough. Wasn't fast enough apparently. Yo, so I got up this morning, right, getting ready to watching pregame, and they're talking about Tyreek. I get a message. That's how I woke up this morning. Tyreek Hill was detained, and I'm like, what? They show the footage. They had Tyreek on the ground, putting his arms behind his back. You had a cop with his knee in his back trying to arrest him, and we don't know for what. Was he speeding? You know, what got him to get out of the car the way he needed to get out of the car?
Dude, I mean...
You know what I'm saying?
I hope Tyreek Hill sues their ass for that mess, but my question is, for the police officer, how dumb are you to be in that area and not know who that is to make sure that man makes it to the game? Because Alabama makes sure all they college players make it to the game. Don't matter if they rob somebody's house. You understand me?
100%.
They've had so many cases.
Let me put it to you like this, T.
Yeah.
The man was at the stadium already. He was headed to the player parking lot. This is where it gets so bad. He is nowhere.
They didn't know
nowhere near being down. He is on site, just trying to get to the player parking lot, and is getting arrested. He's getting detained.
That's crazy, man.
What the hell? It's crazy, but the cop that did arrest that started the arrest is now on administration leave.
I bet he is. He was like, "You short black man, what are you doing here?
Get out the car! What are you doing with this nice car? Get out of here!
You don't belong here." It's like, dude, that's Tyreek Hill, man. What is wrong with you, man?
Well, what was great though was Tyreek Hill scored a touchdown, and then he put his hands behind his back and walked him off holding his
hand. My gosh!
You know what was gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to make fun of it, man. The good news is it wasn't serious.
Here's what I find weird. His agent was also there. Scott Borson was also on site that day or today. Is it not awkward?
Maybe it's his backup, man. You know, he needed
I'm not saying it's a publicity stunt, but how many agents are out there on day one?
He trying to get some street cred? What you talking about?
I don't know.
He's not a rapper, man. That doesn't work like that.
I don't know. All I'm saying is nowadays, when you have the amount of social media platforms that you have now, it's not often somebody fabricates something to make sure that they get the attention that they need. I'm not saying this is the case, but all I'm saying is it's just very awkward that his agent is on site on day one when he's got other athletes who are in the middle of stuff that he needs to worry about. That's what just only makes me question.
Oh, no, man.
I'm not saying it was a publicity stunt because the cop was on his ass. Let's just put it like that. There were four
It
cops
didn't look good.
arresting Tyreek Hill. It did not look good at all. All right. And then Tyreek Hill in his post game statement goes, "Things probably be different if I wasn't Tyreek." Dude, things were not different with your name Tyreek because you were still on the ground. They didn't say,
Yeah.
"Oh, get to the locker room, man. Good luck." No, they pulled your ass over. They pulled you out of your car, put you in handcuffs, and said you could wait.
So,
Your name didn't carry any weight to these cops.
but
100% it didn't.
here's what we need to know. We need to know about the very moment that the police officers realized that he was Tyreek Hill and that they needed to let him go to get back to the game. Like, I want to know what that part of the conversation looked like, because that's the part that makes me laugh, would to be able to see those police officers have, whoever came over, maybe it was his agent, came over, hey, get your hands off my client, I don't know how it went down, but you know what I mean, whatever, or maybe it was one of the other police officers like, hey bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
This is Tyreek Hill, man. What are you doing?
That's Tyreek Hill, bro.
Hey, have you seen that movie The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark
Oh
Wahlberg?
yeah, with the wife, he has the hot wife.
Who was it? It was Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes,
Will
that's right.
Ferrell's wife. But
Yes.
do you remember that scene in the movie where they're having like a therapy session with all the cops who've ever shot their gun before?
I think so.
And Mark Wahlberg's character was at Yankee Stadium, and this time about Game 7 of the World Series, biggest moment of my life, and he shoots Derek Jeter in the leg. Somebody that's coming into the locker room it's a silhouette. He's holding a bat, so he thinks it's somebody trying to get in. So he shoots him in the leg, and he goes, "I'm Derek Jeter, you dick!" And I was like, "Oh my god, this is what this reminded me of." It's like, dude, I'm Tyreek Hill. I'm on the facility.
What are you doing,
get off
bro?
me.
What are you doing? Oh man, poor guy. Well, maybe they'll transfer him to another county or district or whatever they do.
How about this? Just get on the team bus. Just get on the team bus with everybody else, or just get there early.
Yeah.
But regardless, though, but it's like, look, man, you're already at the stadium. What are you being harassed for? You're in the players' park. You're on your way to the players'
What could he
parking
possibly have been doing?
lot. Who the hell knows, man? That's the crazy part.
That's just stupid. Cop deserves what he gets.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Here's some breaking news. Tyreek Hill will consider litigation against the police officer.
I told you.
Here it comes.
He's gonna sue him. I hope he sues him.
Even when you make millions and millions of dollars playing a sport where you get tackled in, you can still find a way to sue somebody for more money.
Hey man, he's still black. They was like, I got you. Dad, don't tell. Hey, look, that's what it was. He's not as big as normal football players. They probably saw him and was like, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Did you see the car he was in too? This shit like a McLaren too.
You little gremlin. Get out of that McLaren. That's not yours. What are you doing in there? Car doesn't belong to you.
He does kind of look like a gremlin. I'm not gonna lie. He kind of does. Look
no, he ain't quite Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is like, he looks like an actual. Remember the movie? He looks like an actual gremlin, like the dark the black ones. Not to be racist, the black gremlins. In my defense, the nice ones were brown, so leave me alone, okay?
They were.
But anyway. But yeah, so I hope he does. I hope he sues the crap out of him. Why not? You know what I mean? Takes the money, and gives it to his favorite foundation, or maybe he buys
the Tyreek Hill Foundation,
right?
Personal bank account.
Maybe he buys another McLaren. Or buys his wife another. He's married. I think I've seen his wife on.
I think so. Yeah.
Let's move on to your boy. Apparently, I guess people are doing contract negotiations up until tip off. We got Dak Prescott. In the 11th hour, signing a contract for 4 years, $240 million. I guess, what is it, maybe a few hours before it's time to get on the field? Or extension, excuse me. He's still under contract. But it's kind of like, what's up with your boy? We went through the same thing with CeeDee Lamb, where it's like, we're not going to pay you. We're not going to give you what you want. We're not going to give you what you want. Never mind, we're going to pay you.
Yeah. What the hell? So this is how today worked out. Tyreek Hill gets detained. 30 minutes later, Dak Prescott gets a $240 million extension. What the hell happened in the NFL today? Like, look, we get it. Y'all are trying to make news for yourself. Do it in a different way. I'm like, God damn, man.
Yeah,
There's too much overload. Yeah. I don't know. But, I mean, look, this was probably something that was ready to be done.
Yeah.
I just don't see why they needed to get it done week 1, 3
Right
hours
before the
prior
game.
to
They should have
the
did
game.
that a month ago. And
Exactly.
what was the guy signing a contract on his way through the tunnel? You know what I mean?
He was
Just
putting
like,
his shoulder pads on and said, "Okay, I'll sign this contract."
we got it done. Okay, great. Hold on a
right.
second. Timeout. He goes to the sideline, signs the contract real quick, comes
on
back.
timeout after kickoff. Hey, timeout,
Right.
guys, about to sign my contract.
Yeah.
He does it right on the field. That would have been
Yeah.
hilarious.
Puts the paper on the coach's back. To McCarthy's
What?
back. Just starts signing.
And McCarthy
Yeah.
got a big ass back to sign it off of, anyways. That big boy. Anyways, well, look. All I'm saying is now the Cowboys have their quarterback. They are invested in their wide receiver. They brought back Ezekiel Elliott. Now, look, I'm not saying
they brought to do what? Hold the field up.
That's another.
They brought his big ass. They brought his big ass to hold down the bench. The left end of the offensive line bench. Well, what did they bring him in for?
They let him go. He goes to the Pats for a year, comes right back to Dallas. I'm like, why? Like that made. Unless there's money involved that they were able to get off the books with Ezekiel not being on the team. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. They're just saying, "Hey, dude, go play for another team, then come back for a year."
I mean, he's not really playing. You know what I mean?
We're signing quarterbacks 3 hours before the game starts, so let's not make him a distraction with week 1 of the NFL. We're gonna sign our star wide receiver a week before the season starts when he's been holding out this entire time. What in the hell is Dallas doing over there?
Dude, this is what happens when your owner is 152,000 years old. This is what happens.
I guess. But damn, if they were doing deals like that back in the day, my God.
It was like, Mr. Jones, what are we gonna do about CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee who? CeeDee who?
Yeah. A week later, hey, make sure you go sign CeeDee Lamb. Duh, I told you about it last week. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. They called him before the game. Hey, did you want to do this extension for Dak Prescott? Huh? Who? Dak? Yeah. That's I completely forgot. Please, let's get it done. And an hour later, he was signed.
You know the game's today, right? You want to get this done. I just want to make sure you're saying that. Yeah, get it done right now. Come on, we got to sign him. We're missing a quarterback.
Right. Trying to do this all year. Oh man. Oh man. A little bit of because we're gonna get into our picks, but before that, one more topic we're gonna hit on. Little celebrity news. So the NFL is keeping it spicy with their halftime show. They decided to stay or go to the hip hop genre, and we will have Kendrick Lamar performing in New Orleans. Now, what's the over under? Okay, on the "Not Like Us" song playing. Is he really gonna do that song in front of the entire world? Really, with Drake? Seriously,
he has to.
That's crazy.
I tell you this.
That would be crazy.
Because of that song, he has to do it. Or there's the only reason why he's hosting. He's going to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show is because of this song. There's no other reason why Kendrick Lamar is doing the halftime without that song. No one else is going to know that. Ever since that song came out, Kendrick Lamar has been on another level. If he does They Not Like Us, he needs to do Euphoria then.
He can't do Euphoria. Now he could do that's even worse.
He needs to do Euphoria.
That's terrible. I don't think he's not.
You have to. You have to.
So Drake can't even watch the Super Bowl now. That's what it's come to. Drake can't even watch. He can't even watch it. What's he gonna do? No. Watch the game and then disappear for the halftime show?
He can't be in the area. He can't go to New Orleans this year. He's got to say, bro, Drake's career is about to come to an official end after the Super Bowl. There's no way he's recovering from this. Zero. Bro, you're about to get dissed in front of the entire world.
Yeah.
It's been all over the internet, but now you're about to see it in person. You're done. This is over for you.
Man, I just think of how crazy it will be to have that song as a diss track being sung to the entire world, the entire nation on a Super Bowl halftime show. We're not just talking about people who are hip hop heads or, your podcast for guys talking about rap or whatever. We talking about people watching football. And I don't know. I felt like he had already got shot enough. Drake, I'm talking about. I mean, this is gonna be.
I thought you were talking about Ricky Purcell. My bad, dog.
Oh, come on, man.
I went that route.
Damn, man. Not pretty Ricky. Anyways, this is gonna be a shotgun to the chest of Drake. But and this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But what I'm hoping this means is that he's actually gonna drop an album sometime between now and then. Hopefully, maybe not. We don't know. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be great. New Orleans, you gotta have Lil Wayne there, right? Lil Wayne might show up. You never know who shows up on a halftime show.
Now, can we consider Kendrick Lamar to be back to back when it comes to performing in the Super Bowl? Because remember, he was a cameo in the LA one with Dr. Dre.
He was,
and now he's getting his own. So is he one of the few artists that? Is he the only artist to be in a Super Bowl performance halftime twice?
I don't know. I gotta look it up, man. Man. I don't know. I know Michael Jackson. Did he do it? He only did it once, right?
I think he only did it once. Did he? I'm not sure about that.
Now we got
everybody would have passed out.
Anybody know? Let us know.
Yeah,
but I'm curious to see. But I am looking forward to it. I actually will sit and watch it because I can't do when they the YouTube and I'm nothing against those guys, but I'm not gonna watch. Was it Usher last year? Come on, man. Usher.
I didn't mind the Usher performance last year. Right. I really enjoyed it. I
appreciate you. Filling on Alicia Keys. I thought she was married.
Yeah, I don't think ASAP was too proud of that.
Oh no, that's not ASAP. That's Rihanna. ASAP.
No, ASAP is dating Rihanna.
Yeah.
He's the one who got her pregnant.
I said Alicia Keys, man. Alicia Keys was with Usher.
Oh, you're right.
You talking about the one before that? You talking about when Rihanna was pregnant?
Swizz
Beatz. There you go. See, now you talking.
Oh yeah.
A Swizz Beatz woman. Anyway.
Swizz Beatz is ugly too.
I don't know, whatever. Well, he's rich, so what are you gonna do?
I guess.
All right, well, let's jump into it. Pick up Dummies Friday. We got together and put some picks together, trying to put our football brains to the test and pick against the spread. And I actually didn't do that bad. Let's start with my picks. I had I picked Pittsburgh, who was a 3.5-point underdog. They got it done, so that's one for me. Woo!
Before you move on to the next game, can we just put to bed Justin Fields is not the guy for Pittsburgh?
Yeah, man.
That was awful. That was ugly, dude. So it looks like Russell Wilson. I didn't know he wasn't gonna play today. He was a late scratch, and now we saw what Justin Fields did out there, and that was the most boring game of the night or the day so far. Was watching the Falcons and Steelers play against each other. Like, that was just pathetic. Kirk Cousins looked bad. That offensive line for the Falcons is gonna get him killed because that boy was on his back so many times.
I mean, he's a statue. He's a statue back there, man. He's not a guy that can move around. You know what I mean?
Nope.
All right. Yeah. So who was that? Oh, that's right. So I had Pittsburgh. That's one for me. Then I had Dallas, who was a 2.5-point underdog. Can we ask Vegas about that? Is there something wrong? They were a 2.5-point underdog against the Cleveland Browns. I took them and plus 2.5, and they got that done.
They put that whooping to the Browns here.
Yeah, it was
boy Massage Watson. Another bad quarterback play. That dude more terrible than Kirk Cousins.
My man's muscles was too tight because he was overthrowing a lot of people. He needed to. They got the wrong. They took my advice and put the dude physical therapist in there, and I gotta tell you, I don't think it's working for him. They may have to switch it up. They may have to switch it up.
So we talked about it earlier here. Do they go with Jameis Winston?
Hell no.
You want to talk about another team that may have to hit the panic button so damn quickly? The Browns may have to consider that. And the worst part is you paid Deshaun Watson fucking Patrick Mahomes money.
Yeah.
You paid him Patrick Mahomes money, and you're getting Josh Dobbins money out of him, to say the least here.
Yeah, it ain't looking good. I'm sure they're going to give him plenty of time to work out the kinks and at least look like a NFL quarterback. But today, that ball was sputtering. That ball was sputtering out everywhere, man. I don't know what the hell was going on, but I was looking at him wondering, do you look like a quarterback who hasn't played in a year and a half or 2 years? That's what you look like. So,
oh God, it was terrible.
Hopefully they get that fixed. And my last pick, which didn't go through, and I blame myself because, well, I had no business picking it. Well, not my last pick, but the pick I lost. I picked the Raiders to cover 3, and they persisted to not score any points. So, shame on me. And then my last game, what I actually did get this one. Arizona was a 6.5 point underdog. They lost by 6. Thank you. So I'll take that.
That half point saved you.
Three
That half
and one,
point
baby.
saved you.
3-1, baby. 3-1.
Great job there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over my picks. First game I had was the Saints and the Panthers, and Derek Carr said, I'm here.
Yeah.
You guys may have forgotten about me, but at least I might still be able to do this. Look, it was the Panthers, but he was throwing that rock all over the place, all over the Mercedes Dome here. He looked really good out there as well. It's a small sample size when you're playing a really bad team here, but look, to say the least here, the Cardinals came out and damn near almost beat the Buffalo Bills. And they were putting it on them in the first half.
They did.
It's a tale of two halves, but all I'm saying is they put a spark in the Bills because they were scared crapless. The Panthers, unfortunately, didn't do the same with the Saints, so I'm glad with that. Got the W on that one. The half point killed me with the Dolphins and the Jaguars. Dolphins were 3.5 point favorites. Decided to only win by a field goal, win by 3. So,
Yeah, and a sloppy start from Tua as well in that game.
God, dude,
that guy he had a wide open players. Specifically, he had Tyreek Hill open early in the game and just completely he was wide. We just overthrew him. And I don't know, man. I was looking at it going, I picked the wrong quarterback in my fantasy team. I don't know why I had him playing because he made up for it with yardage, but he just, I don't know. He didn't. He was looking a little shoddy in the first half.
We can't be saying that around Tyreek. Well, actually, no, that wasn't him.
No.
Let's see here. My third game was the Denver Broncos +6 against the Seattle Seahawks. Proceeded to tie this one. They lost by 6.
Yeah.
So tie. I mean, I could consider it a loss, but we're going to consider it a tie since it's not real gambling. Bo Nix looked like he was a brand new quarterback.
Thought you were going to give him a nickname there for a minute.
Oh, I was ready to. Try not to get us canceled today. I've already been on Ricky Purcell. Don't need to start on that one there.
Yeah.
The Seahawks don't look impressive. Against a team like that, you probably should have really blown them out of the water. They really didn't look that impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Denver is a team that's going to compete, but I don't think we got the best out of the Seahawks there. So that was unfortunate. And then right now the Lions are beating the Rams 10-3. I took the Rams +4.5. This ain't looking too good right now. It's already the third quarter. The Rams offense isn't going anywhere. Puka Nacua was just ruled out for the rest of the game here.
Ooh,
so
that's not good.
That's not looking too good. So your boys 1-1-1, about to be 1-2-1 the way this game is starting to transpire here.
Hey man, have some faith. You'll be all right. You never know, man. You never know. And there's always next week.
I took Pick'em Dummies to a new level here. I put in a few more bets this week as well. So I like to share them with you guys to tell you why you should never take my pick.
All right.
All right. I took a 5-team parlay today here. Now, these odds were a little different from what we got on ESPN Bets, but I had Minnesota -1. You want to talk about a disrespectful line? That was one of them there. Beat the crap out of the New York Giants.
They did.
28-6. Sam Darnold looked like a all-pro quarterback, which you should against these kind of teams. Justin Jefferson only had 59 yards, and I'm going to talk about them 59 yards in a little bit here. So 28-6, covered that one there. Took the Patriots. I told you there was something about this Patriots team that can be good if everything goes right. They went into Cincinnati. The defense was flying around the ball. Did you see that little goal line punch out?
Yeah.
That they had when the Bengals were trying to score.
That's pathetic, man. Let's call the Bengals what they are. They're pathetic.
16-10. The Patriots were +9 underdogs here and proceeded to cover that. Joe Burrow was treated he's been treated since he's been in the league, which is like a rag doll, was getting thrown around the backfield again. So that offensive line hasn't improved much there.
What a joke.
I'll take that. Took the Bears -4.
Good pickup.
Sweated all damn
Yeah.
game because Caleb Williams didn't want to do jack crap.
But that defense showed up.
Oh, that defense showed
That
up.
defense showed up big.
Tony Pollard was running on these fools like a treadmill in the first half, and the Bears stepped it up. Ended up winning 24-7. Bears were 4-point favorites. So took care of that. And then this is where things just went real bad for me. Had the Texans at -3. They're up 29-20 with less than 5 minutes left. Give up a touchdown, and then proceed just to run the clock out. End up losing that one 29-27.
Oh, my goodness.
D'Amico Ryans, I thought you were a defensive coordinator. You couldn't give one stop.
One stop. At the end of the game, no less. Oh, man.
Then my last game, I went with another rookie quarterback, went with the Washington Commanders. I didn't really have that much faith in the Buccaneers in regards to today here, but they showed out 37-20. The Commanders were +4. So missed out on a payout of $1,000. So appreciate you, Texans and Commanders.
Man, you're hurting me now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, that's the whole point of this. Yeah. Now let's get into some prop bets here. You're gonna laugh your ass off with this one here. Little underdog app, free to download. They basically do a whole bunch of prop bets. You can bet how many yards a receiver's gonna have, how many touchdowns a quarterback's gonna have, all this other stuff, right?
If they would love to, if they want to sponsor us, please feel welcome.
Come on, we help you guys out here. Let me talk about what you guys did to me today. Justin Jefferson, 84.5 yards. Took the over on that. He proceeded to have 59 yards against the New York Giants defense. Come on, man. In
a game where Sam Darnold looked like Joe Montana. He still didn't break 80.
You couldn't even break 100 against the New York Giants? Come on, share the rock, Sam Darnold. Let's see here. Dak Prescott, 1.5 touchdowns. Took the over.
One.
That bitch proceeds to throw just one touchdown in a blowout win like that. Like, come on, man. What the hell is going on?
It really did help me because I had him start on my fantasy game. You're thinking 33 points. This guy's going to come out with more than one touchdown.
You'd have thought he threw one touchdown in the first quarter and proceeded to never throw one ever again this entire game.
It was so terrible. It was terrible.
And then I got real ridiculous here. Caleb Williams, 1.5 touchdowns, took the over. He had a great preseason, proceeded to basically not even throw the ball 10 yards. All right, 0 touchdowns today. Bo Nix, 1.5 over on the touchdowns. Put up 20 points, threw 0 touchdowns. I'm never taking those two fools. Look, it's week 1, so I'm not going to go into a full panic.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to tell you people is this is why you don't listen to me, okay? I'm my own worst enemy. Shout out Lincoln Park. All I'm saying is this was bad. All right, this was a tough pill to swallow, to say the least. Here, I'm sitting there. I'm sweating the Bears. I'm like, these guys are going to be the death of me. The Texans are running away with this game, and then the roles reverse. So I'm just glad it didn't work out for me because I'd have been mad at the Commanders, which I shouldn't be mad about.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what, folks? It's a safe bet to keep your money in your pocket. You know what I mean? But if you're going to gamble, just don't listen to us. That's all.
No. Listen to you. You're fine. You're 3-1. I'm like,
yeah. Well, that's because I don't have any money and I have no skin in the game. That's why it's easy for me.
Yeah, man.
I'm not doing anything, man.
Well, at least something's working out for me this week.
Yeah, man. We got the
fantasy.
Hey, well, yes, you won. Yes, that is true. My team sucks. I'm not even going to hold back on that. I did not play probably a player that would help me win, and Xavier Worthy, which cost me the game because that was 20 points. I probably should have played my backup quarterback instead of Dak. No touchdown Prescott.
One touchdown Prescott.
One touchdown. I think Tua was the same way. I think Tua was one TD as well. And so neither one of these idiots helped me out. Meanwhile, I could have played my boy with the Brown, not the Brown, excuse me, with the Bucks.
Yeah, your boy. Who was it here? Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield had him on the bench, and he put up 4 touchdowns. So yeah, I'm feeling kind of rough right now. I feel like
Look, it was a close matchup all day today here. It was fairly close all day.
Was it?
I mean,
I don't
look,
know.
I'm gonna go over my team cut my balls. Justin Herbert,
Okay.
10 points. All right, and now get it. He really didn't throw the ball that much. Caleb Williams, sorry ass, 7 points. Isaiah Pacheco was probably one of my biggest goods. Rasheed White didn't have that outstanding of a game. Tyreek Hill did what Tyreek Hill does.
Yep.
Gets detained, goes out and drops 26 points in fantasy football.
Yep.
Tank Dell didn't have a solid game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, two points right now. Even though the Detroit Lions are up 17-3 right now, someone needs to make this make sense for me here.
Dude, if I had just started freaking Worthy, it would have been a different game. It would have been a different game, but I messed up.
Either Worthy or Mayfield.
Or Mayfield,
gives you the win.
Gives me the win. If they're both on my bench, I feel stupid. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I can't believe
my bench wasn't that well. I didn't leave too many points on the bench. I had Sam Darnold left me with 14.
You had
likely
yeah.
had 26 points. So, I'll take it. Still haven't lost from last year, so still undefeated in our league here. So I'll take it all day.
Fine.
I gotta talk some crap real quick because I'm in another league right now. My boy Walter, all week, talking all this crap, how he's gonna beat my team, how his team's the greatest thing since sliced bread, all this other crap, right?
Yeah.
I'm whooping his ass 114-72. Boy,
okay,
has
so
no
let's pause for a second. How the hell do you score 72 points?
Let's see. You have sorry ass players like
72. Okay, well I had him too. Yeah.
Dropped a whopping 3.
Nothing.
Kirk.
Cousins?
Who is it? Christian Kirk, wide receiver from the.
Who is that?
He's a wide receiver from the Jags. Had 4 points today. Dude, you know what's a bad day in fantasy football? When your defense outplays your entire roster. He had the Dallas Cowboys defense, and they gave him 19 points. He had Patrick Mahomes that gave him 15. God, his team sucks. Dog.
Wait a minute, man. I thought my team was bad.
Nah, this team's even worse. In this other league, I had Josh Allen. Give me 31. James Cook dropped to 13. James Conner dropped 19. Tyreek Hill again dropped 26. So I almost decided to bench Puka Nacua and my kicker just to send a statement to him. I was going to not play these two for the rest of the game. He still has Christian McCaffrey for tomorrow.
Oh.
Christian McCaffrey needs to put up 50.
50, yeah. He'd have to go for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, basically.
Yeah. Good luck with that sorry-ass team. His team name is Belt to Asses. Well, I put that belt to his ass this week. So, hey, man, if you're watching the show, I expect my Dave's Hot Chicken waiting for me on Wednesday before I get to work. I appreciate it. Thank you, dog.
Boom.
Yeah. God, do you find yourself stressing over fantasy football?
Yeah, when I start to feel it, I try to forget about it. I try to just say, you know what, it's okay. I'm gonna lose. It's okay. When I saw the J.K. Dobbins going off, I was like, oh, okay, I got a chance here.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get anything. The fact that I kept Jamar Chase from last year, I feel like the stupidest person on earth. Seriously. That guy didn't do anything, and I don't know what he's going to do, but
he can't do anything when Burrow's getting chased around the backfield.
Yeah, well, it's a slot I can give up to somebody else because to have that guy as your starting wide receiver, it did not help me whatsoever. I don't know why I have Keenan Allen on my team at all. What am I even doing with my life? So there are just a few questionable players, but I had a chance. I do like what I saw with Dobbins. He's gonna get himself some more touches just based off this one game, and I really like. I'm not mad at my quarterback situation. Prescott, Tua. I like what I see. I know I'm gonna get some wins, so I just gotta hang in there.
It's week 1. Yeah. It's week 1. Fantasy teams, you don't want to blow them up after this week here. But dude, your roster actually wasn't that bad. If you get a little more from Dak Prescott, you actually win the game.
Yeah.
You win this here.
Well,
I would say so.
speaking of teams that may need to blow it up,
Oh yes, I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
me and my family, I barbecued yesterday. I made some ribs, chicken, hot dogs, just some stuff. And we sat down at 4 o'clock to watch the Colorado, what do they call it? Buffaloes, or whatever.
The Buttfulos. That's what they're called. The Buttfulos.
And all the music and hurrah, and all the people in Nebraska, because that's where they were playing the Cornhuskers. You know, Dion coming out looking like, you know, Black Santa Claus, the white on, you know, the beard, and a lot of hoopla. And man, I saw T.O., Warren Sapp, I mean, you name it, right? And these guys proceeded to look like the Little Giants from the 1990s movie. I don't know if anybody knows familiar with Little Giants. They look like crap. I mean, my man Shedeur Sanders threw an interception out of his own end zone for a pick six. Like, he was literally almost out of bounds, throwing the ball out to the right, and it was picked off for a touchdown. They looked outmatched in every way by a team that is not even ranked. It was pretty rough, and I know there's a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk after the last game about what's his face, Travis Hunter, and how great he was. But I got to be honest with you, this team, watching them, they look like a program that's about 3 years away from being a true contender.
Yeah, and then before I dive into that, hey Zeus, welcome to the chat, man. Charger fan, but honest, it could have gone any way here. We talked about it earlier here. I think the Chargers just not having Justin Herbert for the preseason here. It's a feel out. I think he's going to be fine under Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is a great quarterback mentor. Everywhere he's been, starting at Stanford, obviously he had Andrew Luck. When he went to the Niners, he groomed quarterbacks there. Everywhere he goes, quarterbacks see an elevation in their game there. I think you're going to get the same with Justin Herbert in regards to that. Don't ask T, though. He's a Raider fan. Yeah. He's going to tell you otherwise about that there. But I think they'll be fine. Like, I really wouldn't – like I said, every football team needs to just relax after week one. All right? It's the first game of the year. It doesn't dictate how your year's going to go. But you may just want to keep some things in the back of your mind just to keep an eye out, just in case it starts going south and you start seeing a trend.
Yeah, man. I think for the Chargers, they're kind of where we think they should be. I mean, I don't think anybody has them being, top of the AFC West, but they do have them as a team that can compete. I think they could do that. They got to keep running the ball, man. I think they did a good job with that. Build on it. It may take Herbert a couple of weeks to get into full form, but we know what he's capable of when he's fully healthy. So kudos to him.
I'll tell you this. Quentin Johnson ain't changed. He's still dropping balls out there. That boy is terrible when it comes to the wide receiver position.
Got them
I don't know how he's still in this league, to be honest with you, because that rookie campaign was just about as terrible as his first game was.
Boy, got them steel gloves on, man. Got to take them steel gloves off, man, for real.
What's that movie, like the Little Giants, where he puts the stick on his hands? They call him Hot Hands.
Yeah, and he gets
stuck
to his chest. He's trying to do this to catch the ball.
Quentin Johnson needs a little bit of that there too. But as I get back to Colorado real quick, you know how I feel about that stupid team in the Midwest, thinking that that.
Here we go.
Sanders, Hunter, all of these guys here thinking that they could just get here and run through Power 5 schools. You cannot. All right, you lost to a guy who models his game after Patrick Mahomes. The quarterback from Nebraska damn near has the same haircut, wears the same Oakleys, wears the same damn number as Patrick Mahomes, and went out there and torched you guys all up and down the field. Look, I'm all for the swag, all right? I'm all for the confidence here. But when you're getting your ass whooped, and you tuck your tail and you don't bring that same energy, that's where I have the problem. And that's what Colorado does. When they win, it's all about the flashing of the wrist, right? It's all about the glasses and everything.
Yeah.
But when you get your ass whooped, you don't keep that same energy. And that's why fans have such a pleasure when Colorado loses, is because they just don't keep that same energy. All right? So if you're going to do that, just keep it. But, man, watching them get just absolutely slapped around the field.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying watching them play bad football, and I'm like, you guys think you're good, but you're not. You lost 7 straight games last year. All right. They
Dude.
hyped up Colorado last week for beating a subdivision school, and then go to a power conference and then just get smacked around.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how it's going to be, honestly, because like I said, they just watching them, they don't look like a team that's prepared for the next step, the next stage. So they are going to be in for a world of hurt, just like they were last year. I don't see any of that changing.
Here's the worst part, bro. Sanders thinks he's a top pick in next year's NFL draft. You mean to tell me after that game you're a top pick?
Yeah, he looked
Get
terrible,
out of here
man.
with
He
that,
looked pretty
dog.
bad.
You're terrible,
He looked
man.
pretty bad. Yeah, he was forcing the ball in every which way, and they looked like they were out of their league. And I hate to say it like that, but they're just a few years away from being a credible program. Let's not forget that 2 years ago that team only won three games. So
Two.
I mean 2 games, excuse me. So
Two.
so they have to grow from that. They're not just going to do it overnight. It will take some time. And man, but until then, they gonna get their butts kicked. We got
that tickles me.
Jesus dropping in again. All you guys need is a quarterback and a better offensive coach. Yeah, I mean, for the Raiders, I think it's quarterback. Maybe they do some things with the offensive play calling, but to be honest with you, I think it's just the quarterback. We just got to have somebody in there who can make decisions and somebody who can get Davante Adams the ball. And unfortunately, we don't have someone that has the rapport with Davante Adams to feel comfortable shooting the ball into small spaces. Although he had a couple of passes to Davante, more than a couple today, but they just don't amount to anything. A lot of them are short passes, things that the quarterback feels comfortable with delivering. We don't have a guy who's in there who's confident in the offense, confident in wide receivers, and is willing to just let that thing go. So unfortunately, we will be throwing the ball for 5 yards, 5 to 7 yards every down, and his tight ends are going to be open.
How long has Davante Adams been in with the Raiders?
I think this is year 3?
He's had 4 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why you gotta say it like that? Yes, it's true.
Because it's true.
Yeah, I know. Damn.
Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, Jimmy G, Derek Carr. The one guy that got him to Vegas is no longer with that team. Have a hell of a game today.
He's with Alvin Kamara and throwing the ball all over the place. So yeah.
Hey, Jesus also says QJ did drop a lot of balls. He's going to continue to do that too, unless he puts super glue on his gloves. That's the worst part, man. You got them sticky gloves that receivers and position players wear so they can catch the ball.
Exactly.
He's just dropping them, man. Like, he has no excuse on why he's dropping these balls, to say the least here. And Justin Herbert's not a bad quarterback to get the ball from either.
No,
he can throw that thing. So that's why it's kind of like, dude, you got issues, bro.
Yeah,
Major.
Get your life, man.
Hey, I got a gripe to make with the NFL ticket and Friday's game. I got to get this off my chest.
Oh, the
bro.
Friday night, first Friday they called it. So
Okay, look. First and foremost, the fact that you're making NFL fans pay for a ticket so that we can watch every single game out of market, right? Some people pay $400, some people pay $200, depending on when you get it. And then you're going to take a game away from us because you want to show it on a platform that none of us really use unless we're watching TV shows, and you want to make people go subscribe to Hulu to watch the Packers and the Eagles.
It's weird, bro.
Give me some money back, okay, for having me do that. Why am I going to pay this much for a subscription and then have to go find my way to go get a free trial only for me to forget after 7 days that I need to cancel the subscription, or I see a $9.99 charge on my bank account from Hulu, and I'm like, damn it, I forgot to get rid of this thing.
Yep. That's how they get you.
Here's the worst part. Netflix this year is going to be having 2 games on Christmas Day.
2 games on Christmas Day.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep. They get the Texans and then the Ravens will both be. They're not playing against each other, but those are the 2 marquee teams that are playing Christmas Day on Netflix. Come on, NFL! You just got done dealing with a lawsuit for this exact reason, and now we're going through it again. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody's trying to put their hands in the cookie jar. It's a big contract. Folks want some money, and here we go. So these streaming services are where it's at, and so NFL wants to get in on that membership money that Hulu and the rest of them are getting from all of us, even the ones we don't even know we're paying for. Some of us have 2 Hulu accounts. We don't even know why, so it's just it's just stupid, man. They need to stop it. They need to stop it. Seriously.
Man.
Good. Seriously. I mean, nobody wants to hear this crap. And, hey, Seuss, thanks, man. Great channel. A lot of good breakdowns. Good luck and best wishes. And
thank you for the subscription,
and subscribe.
Too, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Dang, dang. Yes, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you. Join us. We're always here Sunday, 6:30 Pacific time. We're going to be heavily into football. We're going to be heavily into basketball once basketball gets up and running. And then on Friday night, we'll be dropping a Pick'em Dummies video where we're going to pick against the spread. So, Jesus, join us, man. Join us anytime. We appreciate it. And like we always want folks in the chat, man. We appreciate it. This is the second show in a row where somebody's jumped in the chat, and we've had some fun with it. So we want to keep the good vibes going.
Before we go, we got a few minutes left. But tomorrow's game, Monday night, we got the Jets and the Niners.
Yes, sir.
Who you liking in that matchup?
The Niners. Let's not even play this game. We talked about it before. Aaron Rodgers is one trip away from being retired. The Niners are going to get after him, okay? They're going to get after him. He's going to get hit. He's not going to like it. It's going to be rough. So I look for the Jets to try to run the ball where they can, try to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Last year, that didn't work out, and he ended up missing the entire season in the first drive of the game. So I look for him to get some quick receptions to get him going, and then using their run game. Man, I don't think so, man. I think the Niners are going to come in. The Niners have a gripe. They lost in the Super Bowl. They're ready to get in there and start their season. I think they're going to really put it to the Jets. And from McCaffrey to, Ayuk to Deebo Samuels, they got the weapons. I feel like the Niners are going to put the smack down on the Jets, man.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers hasn't had a whole lot of success against the Niners postseason, regular season, to say the least either. So I don't think really much is going to change. I think there will be a bit of more of a competitive game. Christian McCaffrey, weird news coming from the Niners camp. He went from having a calf injury to a potential Achilles injury as well here. So we may not see a whole lot of Christian McCaffrey tomorrow. May see more of, I think it's Jordan Mason, who I really think, like I said, is going to potentially be the Niners running back of the future there. Brandon Ayuk is going to see limited playing time because homeboy had the dumbest holdout in all of NFL this year. Trent Williams, again, wasn't practicing a whole lot. So we've seen guys who hold out on contracts on how long it takes for them to get it going here. So not saying that it's going to be the downfall of the Niners here, but I'm just saying that with these extended holdouts, it could present a challenge.
Absolutely.
Garrett Wilson is going to be a big problem for some of the Niners corners there. Breece Hall, pretty decent running back as well. So the Jets have some threats. Saleh's a really good defensive-minded coach. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think it will be a real competitive game tomorrow night. Without Christian McCaffrey being your guy who's out there, it's going to kind of limit them a little bit as far as it's going to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to run him into the ground, especially when he's dealing with this in week 1.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. Well, that's a big loss if they do lose him before that game. But we'll see what happens. It's football. Guys show up and play with injuries, so it'll be interesting to see what actually comes to fruition. We got Mama Lay in here. What's up? Go Niners. Go Niners. And then Jesus, sorry, last comment, but yes, Niners got it. Yeah, LOL. I think they did. LOL, yeah, don't forget that. My bad.
Hey, man, I got to give my WNBA news real quick. Angel Reese done for the year.
Dang, man.
Sustained an injury today.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Still, look, she's leading the league in double doubles as a rookie here. She's actually played some pretty decent basketball, although it hasn't been the prettiest for the most part here. I think it hasn't been too bad either.
Yeah.
But I am, like I said, I am still rooting for the Indiana Fever, for Caitlin Clark to get into that playoff run.
Oh, they're going to make
Have more to
playoffs.
talk about. I hope they do,
They're
man.
going to make playoffs, yeah.
She has made more noise than she has ever had since getting into the league, and it's taken everybody by storm now. So all you little complaining, players that were mad about this, you better thank her later if she makes it into the playoffs and your revenue gets generated 8 times more.
Oh, yeah.
Because now she's on the national spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
You better hope that she works her way into the playoffs here.
It's the Tiger Woods effect, man. It's the Tiger Woods effect,
It's the Tiger Woods effect. It's the LeBron James effect. It's the Patrick Mahomes effect. If we're talking about players of now, this is the effect that you get. The more money you make, the more you get in your contract. So just enjoy it.
That's right. You need more people to watch it, man. You need more people to watch it.
The Rams are making a comeback.
They've scored a
Your
touchdown.
boy, they're down 17-10 on a big play. Let's go.
What, Cooper Kupp?
I don't care who it is at this point. I just want to make sure my Pick'em Dummies gets covered. That's it.
Oh, my gosh. And on that note, folks, we're going to end the show. We appreciate you joining us. Thanks so much, Jesus, for joining us again. We'll be on every weekend, Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Mama Lay, always welcome. Always welcome. And we'll see y'all next time. Next Friday, we're going to pick our next set of 8 games in the NFL against the spread. And, then we're on to week 2 where our teams will play against one another. My Raiders will take on B's Ravens. And I am trying to be positive. But, oh, man. Anyway, well, we'll definitely tee that up and talk about that as well. Until next time, folks, we appreciate you. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, hit the notification bell. We appreciate you spending some time with us this Sunday evening. And
absolutely.
Y'all have a good night, man, until football, and watch some more football tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.